App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
You know what time it is. That's right. Friday, October 21st, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
You know it's Friday. You know what time it is. We made it through another wonderful week, but your boy got that fade and that fro and that beard. Look at it. Woo!
Real fresh today, Bray. Real fresh.
Now, you see, I'm out here looking something like a mom. Wait, one more time. Back to the camera. I love Fridays. Love getting a haircut. Shout out to my boy, JD. Always gets me right.
Always gets you right. Also, Tom Mazawey is always right as well. Sometimes, anyway.
I got to get right. That's for sure.
I've never seen you in the chair here. Why not?
What are you talking about?
Get a scalp massage.
Ladies James.
It's a good question.
You know, I was over there in the chair today.
I saw you.
I mean, let me tell you, you have to take advantage of some of the perks of working here at Lady Jane's World Headquarters. You have to do it. I got that hot leather neck shave today, and Bray,
look good, feel good.
Got a little bit of a neck massage.
Oh man!
Oh my God!
Becca hooked you up like that?
I'm telling you.
I may have to, I figured out how to get my hair washed.
Braylon walks by. Becca says, "You know what?
Yeah.
Braylon's just got to come sit in the chair next."
Okay.
All right, next week I'm in it.
You got to make an appointment.
I like that.
But you do not need an appointment.
Mass first, then I'll go.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're noticing today, look at my, I got a big delivery from the woodwardsports.com shop.
Yes, sir.
These quarter zips, sweatshirts, hats, T-shirts, unbelievable.
Yeah.
The quality is fantastic. The fit is beautiful and true to size. Woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop tab. Over 120 items for you to pick up. I am thrilled with my delivery.
I got six pieces in my cart right now.
Really?
I just gotta maybe add one or two more, and then I'm sending it.
Incredible.
Just waiting for my package to come in the mail.
That's right, baby.
Just waiting for my package to come in the mail.
You know, it's funny because now with Amazon, we're all, we all want it now.
Right. It's true.
It is interesting to order straight from a website as opposed to ordering from Amazon. I think it took 5 to 7 days to get it or something like that, which is normal. Now,
snail mail.
Now you feel like that's you get it in a month. There's no such thing.
You're better than me. I literally would have, I would have ordered that from woodwardsports.com, and I would have been looking around here man, where's this doggone quarters? Where's this T-shirt? I know it's in here somewhere. I wouldn't have been able to wait knowing I work at the place where I ordered from.
I know it. Braylon, big show today. Before we get to it, I have to talk to you about this. You were so excited yesterday. You got off the show. You booked around the street, around the corner. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Listen. This has nothing to do with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He could do no wrong in my eyes. My homeboys, we got to chat. The Rock, he could do no wrong, okay? Every movie The Rock is in, we know he's going to be Hobbs. Whether he's Hobbs in Skyscraper with one leg, whether he's Hobbs in the Fast and Furious, whether he's Hobbs in the Tooth Fairy, whether he's Hobbs in Walking Tall, whether he's Hobbs in CIA, whether he's Hobbs in the Jungle and Jumanji, he's Hobbs. Mm-hmm. So going into the movie, I knew he's going to be Hobbs. Wasn't worried about that. Was worried about the DC side. Mm-hmm. DC, I have this to tell you. Yesterday I ordered sour gummy bears. I ordered a glass of wine, had a nacho, had a movie ticket, and had a popcorn in the intermission of the movie, which it should have been. I want all my money back. You can have the ticket money. I just want my snack money back because the movie was so horrible, I had to resort to snacks. It was like a fat guy eating himself out of this horrible movie. The movie was bad, and I won't ruin it for those out there with parts of the movie. I'm just saying the CGI sucked, the graphics sucked, the acting sucked. It was just terrible. It's like DC.
So disappointing.
Stop trying to be Marvel. Marvel they have their blueprint. They know when the right time to crack a joke, when the right time to crack a cry, when the right time to show some action, when the right time to pull a plot line in, when the right time to have main characters getting spats. They got their formula. Your formula is this. DC has always been darker, comics. They've always been darker villains, even darker superheroes. Stop making these movies PG-13, trying to crack jokes and trying to do what Marvel does. You're not Marvel. They've been working on that formula for so long. This is terrible. I want all my money back. I cannot believe that you guys greenlit this after you watched the first edit, the rough edit, and said, oh yeah, that's gonna kill him. No, it did kill me because I was mad. I watched 2 hours of this. Listen, DC, this has nothing to do with The Rock. The Rock can do no wrong. The Rock is The Rock. He's The Rock. What were you expecting? Black Adam, he's Black Adam Rock. DC, you guys got some time. You gotta step it up because you keep dropping dust. This movie was so bad. I went back and watched Wonder Woman and was like, 1984 ain't as bad as this movie. I went back. Marvel, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I complained about She-Hulk. I'm so sorry I complained about Miss Marvel. I'm so sorry I complained about Love and Thunder. You know what? Those movies were excellent compared to what I saw on the screen with my own 2 eyes and Black Adam. The Rock, it's okay. It's not your fault. It is DC Comics, DC Universe. You won't fool me again. Fool me once. And see, fool me, you won't fool me again.
You can't get fooled again, Braylon. I'll tell you, Maz, when you are dying to see a film, and that film is a dud, it's the worst feeling in the world.
It is. Now, you said it didn't have intermission, did it?
No, it should have had intermission.
Okay, it should have had intermission.
Should have had intermission so I could figure out what the hell I was watching and make the conscious decision, do I want to continue watching the next hour?
Now, you went with your friend, and he took his daughter.
Yeah,
How did she like it?
I want my boy Jeff. Happy birthday to his stepdaughter, soon to be Ada, and my boy Max. Jeff, this is where I go to see all my movies, all I'm so worked up about it right now. I can't think. All the Marvel superhero movies, we all go to see it together. Max is another one. Ada, she enjoyed it. I mean, she's a young girl. There's a lot of colors. You know, there's a lot of movement. Some funny jokes for her. There was a young kid in there that was kind of like the main character, so it was someone for her to kind of relate to, if you will. But,
was it crowded?
Yes, it was crowded with. No, if it's opposite day, it was crowded.
Wow.
But it literally was 1, 2, 3. It was an older couple. It was 1, 2. It's about 8 people in theater.
So it ain't gonna break any box office records.
Yeah, for the worst movie ever. This movie there was a movie, and I'll be done with it, Ryan and Mike.
You're fine, dude. I ain't got nothing to do.
In 2003, The Hulk came out. The very first Hulk came out. One of the first kind of comic book movies of this era, CGI, etc. And this was Eric Bana. It was the worst superhero movie I had ever seen until the movie I saw last night.
Yeah, dude, don't mind me. Like I said this yesterday, when somebody is so passionate about something, I'm not. I'm just sitting here on the sidelines waiting.
Jeff just texted me on my phone as I went on my rant, and he gave me 3 trash buckets. He should have gave me 4 because it was 4 of us that watched it, including Ada. Happy birthday to Ada, but it was horrible. My boy Max was like, you'll probably, because I was going to leave my phone in the car. Max says, well, you know what? You'll probably be on your phone within an hour, so bring it, because I was going to charge it. It was dying. I was on my phone within 8 minutes.
Unbelievable,
8 minutes,
man.
I was on my phone.
Hey, you should check, when you go home tonight, to rebound, you should watch what Jeremy's got on. He's got Benny the Jet Rodriguez on from The Sandlot today. That's a movie.
Unbelievable.
How about the actor that played Benny the Jet as a kid and the actor that played him in the end when he was in MLB? They're brothers in real life.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They are brothers in real life.
Sweet, man.
That is incredible.
Not that movie. That movie was not incredible. It was incredibly bad.
So disappointing because you were so excited about it. But are you a little more excited about the Detroit Lions because Braylon Edwards, not 1, but 2 players are returning from injury this week. Josh Paschal will make his season debut, his NFL debut for the Detroit Lions, and John Kaminsky is back as well. This defensive line is getting a little healthier. Let's play a clip for you.
Phenomenal. I make sure those guys are well hydrated, fed good, the whole 9. Kaminsky and Paschal know anything they need from me. I'm 1 phone call away. It's phenomenal to have those 2 back, seriously, all jokes aside.
Isn't that, you watch linebacker coach Calvin Shepard there, right? And you see the beam, the smile. I mean, they're just praying for any kind of defensive help right now, right?
2 fresh players.
Yeah.
100%. You know, he's excited as he should be excited. You look at the Detroit Lions and look, and we've been honest, especially myself, have been honest in terms of what you've seen from that defense. The defense is historically bad. You know, us talking about them and Aaron Glenn and his lack to put them in good spaces. Like, that's warranted commenting. That's warranted analytical work. But at the same time, they have had some guys like Pascal. We don't know what he is because we haven't seen him because he's been injured. You don't know how he's going to help the other side, Wade and Hutchinson.
Hasn't played since November.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't played since November. You don't know how it's going to help and impact Aiden. Aiden was injured. So you're waiting for Aiden to kind of get injured. There were some other injuries with Okoro. So there have been some injuries that have not let them be, let's say, the best version of themselves. But you know what? This is that time of year, Ryan Ermanni, Maz. This is that time of year where everybody's coming back. You saw it last night with DeAndre Hopkins. Everybody's coming back. Everybody's back on the team. It's the time for excuses is over with. Everybody's meshing. Everybody's going to be the best version of themselves now. Now is the time where you start picking up wins. Now is the time where you can't come to the podium on Sunday or after the game you can't come to the podium after the game Sunday and give us the same spiel. Well, I got to go check the tape. Well, blah, blah, blah. Well, this one's on me. This is that time of year where guys are making runs. This is where you go get after championships. And for us, it won't be championships, but this is where you go after 7 wins. This is where you go after 8 wins. This is when you really establish what you want to be for 2023.
And really, we talk about this all the time too, Bray. Not the best team in the NFL doesn't always win on that particular Sunday. And now, as you mentioned, they're getting some guys back, whether it's Kaminsky, who was really good for this football team the first couple of weeks of the season, really big impact defensively. Josh Paschal, second-round pick, come in and play like that. A lot of people believe Josh Paschal would have been a first-round pick had it not been for the injuries coming out of college.
We got a lot of those.
We do have a lot of those.
A lot of first-rounders.
But you're right. You're getting guys healthier. Hell, we've been knocking Aiden Hutchinson a ton lately. Maybe he is playing through some injuries, but this bye week will help him get a little healthier. Now 2 weeks essentially without a game. So we're going to see a healthier team, guys getting back into the lineup and some coming up for the first time. So we're going to see what this team is made of defensively, not only physically on the field, but mentally, where their mental is at, because I don't think any of those guys believe they were going to hit the break 1-4, but they are, and now they have an opportunity to save their season against a really good Dallas team that believes they are a playoff team.
This is a good time for the Detroit Lions, and the reason why I say that is they're coming off a bye week. It's always good. Matt, you talked about this earlier in the week. I kind of downplayed it, but you're absolutely right. When you get to that bye week, man, that's a time to regroup. That's a time to refocus. That's a time to have conversations, maybe over dinner, maybe hang out a little bit amongst each other. That's a time to get guys back from injury. If guys are a little nicked up and bruised, it's time to get them healed, i.e. Aiden Hutchinson. And then you get some people back and haven't played in a while, like Josh Pascal. And also, even guys that have had a bad week. Like, look at the mental situation of Amani Oruwariye, where he gets benched after 6 penalties the week before the Patriots game. The week before he gets benched, but he has to play because guys are injured. Now he's had a week to think about being benched. What did it do to his mental? Has it refocused him? Who's a guy, like I always say, I was very high on at Penn State. So this is the time for the Detroit Lions to come in and make a statement. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you're playing the Cowboys. If you're playing by name, the Cowboys are better. But if you're looking at the Cowboys and what you see, Dak's now coming back. CeeDee Lamb hasn't been the #1 receiver that we thought he was going to be. Michael Gallup is still trying to work off injury. Dalton Schultz, the tight end, hasn't really got going yet. Outside of that, it's the run game. So you got a team in which you might be able to do something with. These are those funky type games when we do fill in the blank. I'll have something for you. But these are those funky games that the Lions usually are ahead in somehow, and they got to close the deal.
More on the Lions defense. Also, Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons. It is a matchup we've been waiting for. Who will win it? We'll get Braylon's take, Maz's take as well. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. You see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? Tells the bad guys one thing. Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you stays safe. Call this number right now, 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Hagera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hey, gang.
Hey, gang.
It's time for Big Boy, and a limited time only. You get those all-new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim anymore. It's the
What is it?
Big Jim. That's what it is. How about the chili cheeseburger and the bacon blue as well, and those loaded fries. Delicious chili cheese fries, nacho fries, baked potato
Nacho
fries.
business.
Satisfied. Those taste buds at Big Boy.
Certainly, he's been very steady for us, and steady at a high level. I mean, that's the thing. You can say steady, but he's been playing at a very high level and been steady doing that. And so, I appreciate Sewell just the way he works. You know, it's like you talk about this talent, but you know, it's the ones that separate the good ones from the great ones are guys that work. They work, and Sewell works. You know, he works at it. He works his craft. He'll stay after practice. He does those things. And so anytime you're a guy like that, you know, the sky's the limit. And so I'm looking forward to that matchup.
I'm looking forward to that matchup more than any matchup in the NFL, be it any team playing, be it any college football team playing, be it any basketball team playing, be it any baseball playoff matchup. Because you know why? Penei Sewell has been hearing for a little over a year, actually longer than that. Penei Sewell has been hearing for about 18 months that the Lions got the wrong guy, that the Lions should have got this guy, the Lions should have got that guy. No, even though Penei Sewell played really well last year, even though a lot of people have given him his flowers, even though he graded out second amongst rookie offensive linemen, they still have wanted one guy. And on the other side of the ball, that guy, Micah Parsons, has been on a tear since he wasn't drafted in the top 5, since he wasn't drafted in the top 2, since he wasn't put where everybody says he should have been. Everybody compares him to Lawrence Taylor, the next coming. Well, guess what? Penei Sewell might be the only guy on his level, same age, that does not care about where people are ranking him. I am excited to see that because on one end, you got a guy that is challenging to be Defensive Player of the Year in Micah Parsons. And on the other end, you got a guy that is challenging to say, you know what? They should have picked me. I was the pick for the Detroit Lions and has been playing at a high rate. And you know he's not a punk. You saw him last year against Aaron Donald and the Rams. I'm extremely happy to see this because what this offensive line does, it allows you not to have to go 2-on-1. So you're going to see a lot of one-on-ones with Micah Parsons and Penei Sewell. And man, oh man, I don't know who's going to win.
You never know. Maybe they'll line up a Mike on the other side.
They're
going to move him around.
They do that with him, but at the same time, he's primarily lined up on the left side of the line, which is right in front of Penei Sewell at right tackle. So primarily, he will line up in front of Penei Sewell. He'll move around. He does that. He moves to the middle, drops in coverage. He moves over. They do stunts with DeMarcus Lawrence, et cetera, et cetera. But ultimately, 55% of the game, he's going to be lined up right over Big Penei Sewell.
That's a hell of a defense there. It's not a one-man show either.
If you've watched this show or this network for any length of time over the last year and a half, Tom Mazawey has been the one guy that has really put this question to the forefront. He was saying Parsons. Because, Tom, I'll let you explain it first and foremost. There's nothing against Sewell.
No.
But you were just really high on Parsons. Can you just kind of walk through that? Because it's going to be highlighted this week and this weekend on Sunday specifically, and it's going to be a big conversation piece, I think, come Monday, for sure.
Hey, man, from day one, from that night when we were downtown in Greektown, and we were doing our draft show, and I remember the Lions jumping up and down when they got Penei Sewell. And I was like, man, that's great, but you know what? You already had a pretty damn good offensive line. You had 2 number ones. You had a couple of guys that stepped in there that made the line good. Now, as good as Penei Sewell's going to be, he had the year off. Remember, he took that year off.
Yeah.
And we all had those questions. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, the side that I really love, the defensive side, I just thought this kid was special. And he's another guy that slipped down because he had some questions about something that he did. I think it was a hazing incident. I'm almost positive it was a hazing incident.
He wasn't the
at
first,
Penn
he won't
State.
be the last.
And you know what? Bad move by the first 10 teams that passed on him. And the Cowboys got themselves a winner. And the Lions haven't had a defense since, I don't even remember the last time they had a really good defense. And since Sue left, they haven't had a good defense. So why not take the weakest part of your team at that point? Why build the offensive line where you already had a pretty good one? Why? And then Slater goes later in the draft to the Chargers. I just think it was a bad error. I do.
Well, if you go back and could redraft,
Right.
Essentially, Penei Sewell was taken 7, and then a couple of defensive backs go 8 and 9 in that 2021 draft. You certainly weren't going to take a defensive back in that draft because of who you took at number 3 the year prior in Jeff Okudah, and then you look wide receiver, quarterback. Those 2 positions you were not going to take, especially with Jared Goff. So there's Micah Parsons. It was either Sewell or Parsons or Jamar Chase, by the way. Yeah. Maybe if Jamar Chase was there, that would have been a guy that you would have looked at to help out your quarterback, and that would have been fine. But if Hall of Fame right tackle or Hall of Fame linebacker, which player at what position is going to have the most impact on your team? That was a classic error. And if you are looking at how to build a team, what about Penei Sewell and Aiden Hutchinson, or Micah Parsons and Evan Neal?
Yeah, that's
it's kind of how you're thinking about it.
No, that's amazing, and I'll just say this. And because the conversation out there could be this, you know what? Well, you guys are saying, well, the Lions missed on him at 7, and they could have taken him, and they didn't. Well, then you also can make the arguments that, well, what about the other 10 teams that passed on him? Here's the difference in that conversation, Maz and Ryan. The other teams that passed on Micah Parsons, the player they pick is a position of need as well, a big need. You look at Jalen Waddle in Miami. They needed a wide receiver. Kyle Pitts and the Falcons desperately needed a tight end. You look at J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn got injured last year, but before he got injured, he was on a record pace. He's a nice defensive back. Patrick Surtain, Denver needed a defensive back. He's already in the conversation.
Von Miller too at the time.
And they had Von Miller. He's already in and they had Browning, who's another individual that's balling. He's already in the conversation, one of the best defensive backs in the league. Everybody drafted a position of need
not the
that
Lions.
Passed on Penei Sewell except one team.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions are the only team that passed on him, but then drafted a need that they did not. Well, they drafted someone they didn't need.
And honestly, 4 of the teams picked a quarterback, which nobody's going to complain about picking a quarterback, right?
No.
I mean, even if you get it wrong, nobody's going to complain about picking a quarterback. That's just
people ask me, you think he would have been Micah Parsons on the Lions? Yeah, I do think he would have been the same player. Of course. He's a freak. He's a freak.
I mean, the Giants weren't that good when they drafted Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
They sucked.
Exactly. He made them good, and then they start placing Carl Banks along. Henry Carson was already there, but then Carl Banks. Then you have Pepper Hamilton or Pepper Johnson. See, I can go old school. They added those pieces around Lawrence Taylor to create that Bill Parcells defense.
It just feels like the Lions passed on a guy again that had an Aaron Donald type impact, right? I mean,
they did.
They take Eric Ebron over Aaron Donald, and I don't want to compare Sewell to Ebron because hell, Sewell could eventually be a gold jacket.
I don't care.
I know, but that's the point. So I don't want to compare. But I'm telling you, I mean, you pass on Aaron Donald, you pass on this player that looks like a total and complete wrecking ball, and that's how you stayed bad. Really,
the difference is from Penei Sewell. No matter how well he plays in a game, The best that he can do is play lights out on the right side of the line so that he can keep you guys going forward so that you have a chance to win every Sunday. Micah Parsons can win you games by himself.
Yeah.
Now, we don't need to keep having this argument because I was going to piss everybody off. But that's case closed. Penei Sewell is a guy that can keep you in every game by keeping the right side shut down. Micah Parsons is a guy that can win you games with turnovers, fumble recoveries, sack strip fumbles, interceptions. It doesn't matter. The guy can play everywhere. He is lights out. We get it. We know. Now we want to see who's going to have the best game.
My brother Kenny Brown from WJR always comes on the chat, always texts me.
We appreciate Kenny.
We love you, KB. He's going to play longer. O-line play. I don't give a damn who plays longer. I care who's going to be a wrecking ball and who's going to change my team.
Yeah,
Penei Sewell is just going to add to it, to an offensive line that's pretty good.
Yeah.
This kid could have done wonders for your defense.
Yeah, Joe Thomas played 13, 14 years. I was there for a lot of those years.
What good is it?
I was just about to say, Joe Thomas, perennial Pro Bowler every year, All-Pro every year, first ballot Hall of Famer. Joe Thomas was amazing. Guess what? Joe Thomas finished his career with no playoff appearances, no playoff wins. Doesn't matter about how long you play at a high level. It matters about what you can create, what you can confuse when you're in the game and control. Micah Parsons has the ability to control games.
I think that's a mic drop. Really, I mean, when you consider the Joe Thomas, that's a mic drop situation right there. There's no question about it.
How about those Browns quarterbacks, by the way?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well,
right?
and if you just go through the league, go through the Lions for a minute, okay? And again, I hate crapping. I'm crapping on Brad Holmes and the makeup of the team, not crapping on the player Penei Sewell.
Right.
Like if you think of,
he's a hell of a. He's
right.
don't get us twisted, man. Myself and Ryan. Penei Sewell is a hell of a player. So watch what he does on a week in and week out basis is amazing. We never come up here and have any complaints about Penei Sewell. Never. He is a player. We're just simply saying the type of player that Micah Parsons is in the Lions picks.
I do want to say this too. How many times, and we saw that stat, and I wish I had the stat in front of me. I don't, but it was something about the last 5 Super Bowl winners. It was prior to the Super Bowl.
How many offensive linemen were drafted high?
In the first round,
Yeah.
I think there was like 5.
Yeah.
And I think there was like
20-something.
20-something in the 6th round or later, meaning 6th, 7th round or undrafted. It just goes to show you how you build a team. Look at the Lions themselves. Frank Ragnow went out last year, locked down maybe the best center in the league, right? First round pick. Evan Brown actually came in, who was an undrafted free agent, and played, I think he was just on the outside looking in
on the Pro Bowl. Third.
Look at Dan Skipper. Dan Skipper has not, he's had 20 contracts in the NFL.
6
He's
seasons.
never seen the
Never
field.
made a team.
Never made a team.
Forget seeing the field. He never made a team.
Never made a team. He has come in and played lights out right guard in his opportunity. And I think the moral of the story is you can find an offensive lineman off the street. Clearly, you can find that because we've seen this on Super Bowl caliber teams compared to when's the last time you really saw an undrafted free agent or player in the 6th round or later, sans Malcolm Rodriguez. Forgive the Malcolm Rodriguez. I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame just yet, ladies and gentlemen. But, I mean, when's the last time you really saw a guy like that play lights-out linebacker? Can you name me one that is in the conversation for, like, a Player of the Year award and the defense, like in a linebacker? I can't think of
Sam Mills.
Okay, that's one in the history of the last 40 years.
And to your point, that's 25 years ago.
When was Zach Thomas drafted? Was he like a 4th round pick?
Yeah.
But I mean, again, that's 2 guys.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the last 5 Super Bowl winners.
If you go back to the 1990s Cowboys, the stud teams, that offensive line was second to none. Besides that, if I go back to the 86 Giants or the 85 Bears, I can name you 2 offensive linemen. And I can tell you their whole freaking defense. I can tell you that. And they won
Exactly.
Pretty handily.
Guys, we're going to take a break. Come right back. You'll hear from Ben Johnson what he has to do for the Lions offense this week to go up against that great Dallas D. And again, woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop tab and you can grab this quarter zip. Great stuff, great gifts as well. If you're thinking about some holiday shopping over the next couple of weeks, go to the woodwardsports.com shop. We certainly encourage you to do that. But first, a message from Custom Health Centers. Has summer left you feeling a little chubby? Yeah, me too. Custom Health Centers takes the willpower out of weight loss. Whether you need to lose 20 pounds or 120 pounds, Custom Health Centers will help you do it quickly and safely. Go to CustomHealthCenters.com, CustomHealthCenters.com, or give them a call, 844-789-THIN. That number again, 844-789-THIN.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag WoodwardFrontRow. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
11 might be the best defensive player in the NFL right now. And it's not just him, though. All across the front, I think 90's playing at a really high level. He might not have the sack total right now or over the last few years, but he's getting pressure on the quarterback. He's showing up in the run game. And then really the rest of the guys, you can tell that they're really well coached. They play with great effort. They take a lot of pride in getting after the quarterback. That's our biggest challenge. I think they lead the league in sacks right now. So pass protection is going to be critical for us this week to have success. But it starts up front with them, and it really doesn't matter what situation they're put in. They're a really solid bunch.
4 is pretty good, and 88, we like him, and
oh no, it's old school.
Right, that is old school.
It's old school. That's how coaches used to talk to you back in the old school college days. Woody Hayes, Bo Schembechler, it was like number 1, number 38, number 68. Didn't matter how great you were. They were going to talk to you about your jersey number.
What was the first number he mentioned?
11.
Micah Parr says, WoodwardSports.com, welcome in. Thanks for making WoodwardSports.com part of your day, however you are consuming. We certainly appreciate it. Morning Woodward, Big D Energy, Ermanni and Edwards with Mass, heavyweights, podcasts, news, and the shop. Head to WoodwardSports.com. That was Ben Johnson, Lions offensive coordinator, talking about the stiff defense of the Dallas Cowboys. And that's one of the things, you know, when you're a guy like Ben Johnson, or you're a coordinator, Bray.
Talking about the future head coach of the Lions?
There you go. And you're going up against, one of the best defenses in the league, we believe anyway. You got 2 weeks to prepare. You do have to come out and come up with something, at least a new wrinkle or two, do you not?
Yeah, I mean, what you have to do is you have to look at where they struggled at. You look at the Cowboys early on in the year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the opener. It was 19-3. Cowboys only managed to score 3 points in that game. You look at they lost last week. And, yeah, that's another scary thing in terms of how good that Philly defense is. I mean, how good that Philly team is all around. And they still had a chance to win. But you look at how Philly had some success against Cowboys. That's what offensive coordinators do. As soon as they get that film, as soon as the game is over with on Sundays, those guys it's logged into the computer. It's broken down already. Guys are just clicking, clicking. Where's the weak spot in the defense? How can we double team Micah Parsons? Okay, we double team him here. LaMarcus comes around the end. We're right here. Oh, they're weak in the middle. They haven't had a really good Mike linebacker in a while, so that's where they're vulnerable at. You got to double team Micah and maybe go something up the middle. But you got to be able to run the football. And to be able to run the football, you got to have your best player playing. DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams together, they make this a different offense. When you look at the offense early on in the year when it was DeAndre and Jamal, because DeAndre can do things Jamal can't do. Jamal's not catching the ball at the backfield. And if he does, it's a quick flat route. It's just kind of open in space. There are plays scripted so that DeAndre can get outside of the backers, outside on this side of the backers, get open, seam routes, matchups outside the linebackers. That's what you got to take advantage of. So if DeAndre Swift is playing, it gives him a better chance. But the Dallas Cowboys team, man, they're very good. Micah is amazing. But just like any other team, with the right game plan, you can beat anybody in the NFL.
It is worth pointing out, you mentioned DeAndre Swift. We would be remiss if we did not give you the latest news here, and I can't pull up my Twitter, heaven forbid, but there was news on him today. Deuce Staley saying they are working with the doctors. They are working towards playing on Sunday, but it is a day by day.
What's he going to run in a suit of armor?
By day situation.
That means no.
Yeah.
If we're here on Friday, Maz, you've watched, thank you. You've watched way more games than Ryan and I have. If we're here Friday, having this conversation about, well, it's day by day, we're taking it day by day.
Yep.
You know if he's going to play. This is the Dallas Cowboys. This is a season kind of saving momentum type of situation after a bye week. If we don't know now, then that means DeAndre Swift is not going to play. And I'm going to tell you like this. They aren't the same team on offense without DeAndre Swift. It is what it is. They're just not the same team. He can give you the pass, the screen, down the field. They actually have to check for him, put guys in the box, which allows Amon-Ra St. Brown to be open. Josh Reynolds over the middle. Without him, T.J. Hawkinson, without him, they're not the same team, and that worries me.
Listen, 2 weeks ago before the Patriot game, I was saying, St. Brown, if he plays, he's going to be nothing but a decoy. And that's exactly what he was, because he wasn't ready to play. He's ready now. Josh Reynolds might not be ready to play. Chark is out. He can't get healthy.
Who?
Yeah, DJ Chark, bad ankle, surgery last year, re-injured it a few weeks ago.
Is that the guy the guy in the free agent signing who was hurt?
They only paid him $10 million. They only paid him $10.
So technically 8. Incentives would be 10. So we know he's not going to get the 10. He'll get 8.
And then he won't be back.
When they did all that, see, these are questions that I ask. When we did that, when the Detroit Lions, I damn sure ain't we. When the Detroit Lions made that move, I asked you, should we pause for cause that the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I actually have an inside there, wink, wink, should we pause for cause because they need a wide receiver, but they're letting this guy go who made the Pro Bowl and then bringing another guy in who has not made the Pro Bowl and Christian Kirk and gave him a bag? Like, these are questions you got to ask. And once again, we're waiting to see how Josh Pascal can help Aiden Hutchinson.
Hard to argue, man.
It's we're waiting, but this is a conversation. We're waiting. I'm telling you like this, they don't have much longer to wait. The state that the Detroit Lions are in, especially with all the injuries, here we are again, similar to 2021. They got to do something and something fast. Because, Brad Holmes might last. Dan Campbell's not going to, because you look at it and everybody's starting to point out the obvious. Well, did anybody else want the job? They couldn't give the job away, so they had to hire a guy with no X's and O's knowledge. Now here he is. He doesn't know how to handle the job. The best thing Dan Campbell could have did, which he didn't, is not hire his homeboys and coordinators or young guys trying. You should have hired guys that know what they're doing, like a Brian Daboll, hiring a Wink Martin, who is proven through and through.
I did get it up now. Just
good.
This is from Jennifer Hammond on Fox 2. Deuce Staley said Swift has made Huh? What did I say?
Nothing.
Sorry. Deuce Staley said Swift has made progress each day, but they are still taking it, quote, one day at a time.
There you go. I remember that show. It was a pretty good show back in the day, one day at a time.
You got to take it one day at a time when you can't get it up.
Amon-Ra, by the way, said he was about 90 to 95%.
Right.
Which, brings me great joy, because if you're an NFL player and you're 90 to 95% at this point in the season, that means you're about as healthy as you're going to get.
Listen,
right?
this next draft, this is a fact, okay? Get your quarterback and get your running back. And obviously we need defense. But you got to find those two positions. Someone that's going to stay on the field for you. Someone that isn't hurt in college. Please. I beg you. Please just get healthy people on this team next draft. Please.
Matt, here's a great question for you and Ryan. I want to ask you both this right now. This is off the cuff. Lions stink it up this year. They finish second, first or
top 5 pick.
No, let's say top 2. So let's similar to this year. So they really have their. Matt's a hypothetical. It's just okay. It's only.
I'm shaking my head. No, I'm like, please, not top 2.
I agree, but we're in that water right now, Matt. We're swimming at that end of the pool.
We're in the top 3 right now.
Top 2 picks right now. You guys ready for this? Bryce Young, Will Anderson Jr.
Wow.
Yeah. See. Think about that. Bryce Young, Will Anderson Jr. There are 2 answers, but there really is only one, although it is a painful one.
You gotta take the quarterback.
Exactamundo.
You gotta take the quarterback.
Exactamundo.
You gotta take the quarterback.
What if Jared Goff finishes with a year? You know what? Let me help you guys. No, because I keep giving you hypothetics, and the Lions fans will take the hypothetical. You gotta take Bryce Young. No matter what happens, no matter what you think of Aiden and Pascal, and Will Anderson, we add him, and we can use Jared Goff just a little bit and maybe get a quarterback that's coming off. No, you got to get a rookie quarterback. The teams that are having success outside of Stafford and Tom Brady, all those guys are young guys.
There's only one problem. The team that's dumping right now, the Carolina Panthers, they're going to draft first.
Well, they're going to draft Bryce Young,
quarterback. C.J. Stroud, they're going to
But there's still some other quarterbacks.
How do you know?
You have C.J.
Well, they got to take a quarterback.
Yeah, what if they take Bryce Young?
Then you got C.J. Stroud. C.J. or Will Anderson.
You're going to take C.J. Stroud?
Absolutely.
You're going to take an Ohio State quarterback?
Yes. Him.
It gets to the point where, one, it's no longer about Ohio State not being able to make it happen in the league. You need a young guy. And this young guy has proven over 2 years. And also we know it's about the system that you particularly go into.
You cannot have. This is your answer.
C.J. Stroud has to be able to do what Jared Goff did in those first 3-4 weeks. That's what I'm saying.
Braylon, Maz, you cannot have a top 10 pick 5 years in a row and not walk away with your quarterback of the future.
I agree.
It just can't happen. Period. And I can't believe we're talking about the NFL draft just yet, but we are, and that's what we're talking about. I want to put a pin in this. I want to go around the NFL. It's a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Got some college football to talk about as well. We found a number for the Michigan State game.
You're not going to believe this.
I don't understand it. I don't.
I've never seen anything with this discrepancy.
I've been a gambler for a long time, not so much anymore at all, by the way.
Good.
I've never seen anything like this
Me
in my
neither.
life. So we'll go to that in hour number 2 of the program. But first, a message from Swiss Insurance.
A lot of families out there, let me tell you how you can get protected the right way with the right group, with the right guy. Did you know that 1 in 6 kids will develop a medical condition that makes them uninsurable? Swiss Insurance can save you money on your auto and home, resulting in no out-of-pocket costs, so that you can insure your kids no out-of-pocket costs. Insure your kids with no out-of-pocket costs. We are trying to protect the family, and that's what Mark and Swiss Insurance are doing. They are protecting the family. Trust Mark, Swiss Insurance Group.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, Woodward Sports family out there, it's time. You guys want to get front row tickets to see Detroit and Green Bay at Ford Field? Well, here's your chance to do it. All you got to do to enter is record a video of you doing your best Dan Campbell impersonation. We've already got a lot of great ones. You've seen it on our spot earlier today. We've been playing it daily. There's been a lot of great entries, so you guys got to step it up. Step up your game. Post it on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag Woodward Front Row. Make sure you're following Woodward Sports. We're going to select 3 winners. You each get 2 tickets to see Green Bay and Detroit in the front row at Ford Field. We picked the winner on November the 4th, so enter today.
Very exciting time around here, guys. We are getting into the thick of things in college football and in the NFL. We'll get to college football hour number 2. But really want to have some fun and go around the NFL here on WoodwardSports.com. Thanks to everybody who is watching on a beautiful Friday afternoon in the city of Detroit. We certainly appreciate
37 degrees when I woke up. It is now currently 63.
I was going to say 73. Did they flip it?
I mean,
it's going to be around. I have not mentioned Fletch or JB one time today. That is my fault. These 2 guys I love with my whole heart and soul. Love you guys. Thank you. Big part of the show here. Absolutely. JB, hit it, baby.
Here we go. Guys, I told you were going to get a better game last night on Thursday Night Football. It wasn't a great game, but it was a better game. At least they scored touchdowns. The Cardinals hang on for dear life. They beat the Saints 42-34. D-Hop came back, 10 catches, over 100 yards, 2 pick sixes by the Red Rifle. Really, one of them was not his fault. But Kyler Murray, man, he got in a jawing spat. Did you see him with Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah.
There's something rotten in Arizona.
I can't believe Cliff Kingsbury got an extension.
At the end of the day, Cliff Kingsbury is a bum.
Yeah.
All he's getting credit for is how many passing yards his quarterbacks would throw for at Texas Tech, how many passing yards he threw for at Texas Tech, the offensive implementations that he's done. But let's face it, he didn't win at Texas Tech. He's not winning at Arizona. But I was excited to see that excitement out of Kyler Murray. You've never seen that before. Like, a lot of people are questioning, does he love football? Does he want to play? Is he just here? Should he have chosen baseball? That was the first time I saw some excitement, some electricity, and then after that, they go out and score. Yeah. So, yeah, you don't want to see a coach or a player do that, but you had the veteran D-Hop there, calmed him down, put his arm around him. It's something about Cliff Kingsbury that stinks. Now, I'm not making excuses for Kyler Murray because he hasn't been his best in the last 9-10 games, I agree with you. But something is riding with Cliff Kingsbury there. I don't know how he got an extension, but it's good to see Kyler Murray. It looks like he cares about the team. I guarantee you that went a long way with his offense and his players on his team looking at him like, you know what, maybe that woke him the hell up.
I got to tell you guys, too, I'm really struggling.
They still suck, though.
I'm really struggling with the streaming. I'm really struggling with it.
In terms of going back and forth?
Yeah, it bugs me. It paused like 3 or 4 times, and it was real like...
I know how to do it now. I got the system.
What's the system?
You use your regular television for, let's say you're watching the Yankees-Astros like last night, and on your phone or on your tablet, you got the Amazon football game. And if you think it's good, you swap.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with it.
See, that's a lot, though.
I have Xfinity.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I have Xfinity.
Yeah, me
and
too.
One of the things that they did last night on the guide was there was that line for Prime Video. Almost every time I turned a page, there was like a spot for Prime Video Thursday Night Football.
It's like, come watch this.
Exactly.
Come
watch. So I was able to click that.
It's a little easier.
Then you got to go on.
It still takes time.
Yeah, it does, man.
It sits. First it says Prime, and then you got to wait literally a minute. Then it asks you who's watching it. Is it me? Is it Maddie? Is it Kathy? And then it goes on, and then you got to pick the game you want to see.
We are a right now society.
We are.
I'm really having a
it
hard
takes
time.
2 minutes to get that game
2
on.
minutes. I
2
just
minutes.
said it with the Woodward Sports Shop.
Yeah.
I had to wait 5 to 7 days for my stuff, and it's not their fault. It's just Amazon. I ordered some makeup for TV at 10 a.m. It was there at 5 p.m.
You ready for this?
You can't beat it.
You ready for this? It's the same thing that we're talking about as we relate to everybody having something to say about Tom Brady yelling at his offensive linemen because they're losing. They're losing. He misses meetings or whatever. So you can yell at somebody when things aren't working. Adversely, with those Thursday night football games, if they were good games, I guarantee it wouldn't be this much complaining. There would be there would be a little bit of complaining, but the fact that these games have been so historically, abysmally awful
with bad teams,
it makes us even more inclined to say, you know what? And I can't get back and forth. The remote control gets them on nerve. It gets stuck. It does buffering. It freezes. But if these games have been amazing, we'd be like, a little bit of a extra effort. But man, these games are fire.
You're on fire today, bro. I want you to know that. I just want you to know that.
Next week's going to be a good one.
Lights out today.
It's the haircut.
It might be.
That's because they don't have a hat on, making it so tight on his head.
Nah, you know what, man? When you enjoy the people that you work with, man, when you enjoy what you do, it's not work. I love Maz. I love Maz. I love Maz. I love my guy, man. I mean, JB's killing with the music. We got Adam Morrissey in the building today, and Fletch has been running the show. Let's call it spade a spade. Fletch has now been running this show for about the last 3 weeks.
That's what's
up.
Man,
this is his show, man. I just happened to talk on the microphone.
That's right.
Adam, did you punch in?
Adam Morency in the
Adam
house
Morency
today.
punched in. Hey, last night about 11 o'clock, it hit. The big trade finally happened. Christian McCaffrey, CMC, finally getting out of Carolina. They ship him over to the 49ers. That's right, in his hometown where he went to college at Stanford. He goes there for a second, third, and fourth round this year and a fifth round pick next year. San Francisco does not have a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in this next upcoming draft. CMC has been set free.
The Los Angeles Rams last year did not have a 1, 2, 3, or 4, and they won the Super Bowl.
They had Stafford.
I think a lot of people are starting to use the phrase F them picks. This is about winning Super Bowls, not drafting the next player. If you have assets, i.e. draft picks, to get a franchise-changing player like Christian McCaffrey can be in the system. They've had 5 different leading rushers the last 5 seasons, and they got to a couple of NFC championship games. This really solidifies them, I think, as the strong favorite to come out of the NFC.
What I would say about this is 2 things. One, the first thing is you got to give the 49ers credit. What they do is John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, they're great at fixing things. They draft Solomon Thomas, number 2 overall. A couple years back, he's trashed, and they get Nick Bosa. They get Trey Lance, and then what do they do? They say, you know what, he's not quite ready. Let's bring Jimmy G back. You know what, they say offensive line's pretty good, but you know what? Washington Commanders want a little bit of money for Trent Williams. We'll just go get Trent Williams. Trent Williams now the best best offensive lineman. They keep drafting good players, and then when they make a mistake, they keep making better decisions. This is a league, Ryan Ermanni, where you only have a window where you can be successful. The 49ers window is running out, and they realize it. Trey Lance, they don't know what they're getting out of him, but it makes sense that they bought Jimmy G back, told him to renegotiate his contract. They saw something there with Trey Lance. They were there last year in the NFC Championship, missed by an interception, missed by that much. A couple years ago, they were in the Super Bowl. They know that window was out. They know they got the best defense. Statistically, they're the second-ranked defense, but they're 2 in every single category except 1. They know that on that side of the ball, they're dominant. They know on offense, offensive line is going to play well. They got great schemes with Kyle Shanahan if they got the right running back. They got Deebo Samuel. That's another mistake that they write. Deebo comes out. I want to trade.
No.
Then Deebo comes back and said, I got paid. So now they're back. Now that they're good. They got George Kittle when he's healthy. You only got a limited window. Buffalo's window was running out. They made a move for Stephon Diggs. This window was running out. The Rams window was running out. And what did they do? Hey, Detroit, you can have all this. Give us Stafford. You got to make moves because you only have a window of about this much time. And they knew their window was running out. Now you're not putting as much pressure on Deebo Samuel. Those guys can mix and match and mix it up. This is a huge move. You don't need those picks right now. What you need to do is win. And the NFC is very fickle. And the 49ers are very good in January.
Did you guys see what the offense is going to look like with San Francisco?
Yeah. Oh, man. Brandon Ayuk, Deebo, Kittle, McCaffrey.
That's a rogues gallery of killers right there.
Who are you going to defend?
You got me.
Jimmy
Who
G.
are you going to defend?
Jimmy G.
Just protect Jimmy G, and they're going to go places.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom Brady, I got a 2-part story for you.
Okay.
First of all, the other day, we talked about it. He compared being in the NFL, going to training camp, to being on deployment for the military. Well, you know it. Even though he didn't mean anything by it, he had to apologize.
And I think the apology, this is...
I gave you the sheet.
I know. This is lesson number 1 on how not to apologize, by the way, too. He says, essentially, where is it here? Darn it.
Play the Jeopardy
I don't know.
song in a minute.
But either way, it was
not
something.
On there?
No, it was something along the lines of, if this was insensitive and offended anybody, I apologize.
Oh, the typical apology. Yeah, the typical.
I like that apology because I don't think he's got anything to apologize for.
You know what? I'm actually in agreement with Maz on this one. Like, it's often than not we see that apology, and it's a BS apology because it means, look, I'm really not sorry for what I did. But a lot of times, most of the times, people have done things that they should apologize for. This is an instance where I have no problem with Tom Brady saying, look, if what I said offended you, I apologize. Because that's what it really is. If it offended you, I'm sorry that you're offended. I'm not sorry I said it. I'm sorry that it offended you.
What they should say is, I'm sorry that I have to say I'm sorry.
Right. And
that's what they should say.
One of the things, too, and this is Jerk Reporter here, one of the reporters asked Brady to explain what he meant by the comparison.
Oh, shut up.
Like, you're just trying to stoke and continue the conversation. You knew what he meant. You don't have to ask that. So Brady's answer to that was, to be honest, I really don't want to expand on it much. I have a tremendous amount of gratitude to everyone who has served.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, that's just
good for him. I'm starting to like him even more
Seriously.
and more. Anyway, part 2 of the conversation is they asked him, hey, what are your plans coming up here for the next year or so, Fletch?
No retirement in my future. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. No retirement in my future.
That was a shot at Giselle, clearly. That was a shot. And like you see all these reports now that he's kind of given up on getting back with her, too. And it's
Witchy Poo has got some spell on him.
No doubt about it. Going to take a break, come right back. Fill in the blank. Fridays coming at you hardcore next. But first, a message from SMA.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about substance abuse and mental illness. Their podcast, this is the S word, and we say it every day. The S word stands for stigma because we are trying to destigmatize mental health. We're trying to give you the conversations. People go through depression, they go through anxiety, they go through post-traumatic stress syndrome as it relates to trauma care. All these things are related. So we're giving you the info, we're giving you the content so you can see if this affects you, if this is something that someone you know might be affected by. Go to thesportsma.com. Sean Jordan does an amazing job of having the conversation, and the people that you have on there, you will want to listen to. Go to thesportsma.com.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Hey everybody, only at Big Frog can you get yourself a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Stop in today, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one right on the spot. So stop in today at Big Frog in Novi to get yourself a free Woodward Sports t-shirt, or check them out online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
Welcome back, WoodwardSports.com. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey. We got Fletch, we got JB. Big weekend of NFL football. A little bit quieter on the college football front locally here. There are some big games that we'll talk about in just a little bit, but locally here, Michigan State kind of feels like free Saturday. I am going to put the Christmas lights out this weekend on Saturday. I'm going to do it.
Do you have Halloween lights up?
I don't have Halloween lights. No, I'm not. I am not turning them on. Not going to turn them on until after Thanksgiving, but I'm going to put them up because every time that I get out there, it's windy and rainy. It's not beautiful, cold, and snow or anything like that. It's windy, rainy, and a disaster. So
we feel you.
I'm going to try to get them up on Saturday afternoon.
Good for you, Jack.
Look at that. It is, by the way, Friday today, and that means it is a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Here we go.
Let's do it, folks. Let's do it. Let's start you off with our beloved Detroit Lions. Here you go, guys. The Lions will play their blank game against Dallas.
I'm going first?
Sure.
I'll go same game. I think the Detroit Lions, we talked about this earlier. Remember earlier in the year I said the Detroit Lions always win one of these games, and you and I kind of talked about this one being the one. I think the Lions will be up at some point in this game. I think they will have an opportunity to win this game, but I think they will let it slip through the cracks, man. So what's the spread on this game? Maybe
7.
I think the Lions will cover the spread, but I think it'll be a one that the Lions let slip away sometime in the fourth. But they will cover the spread.
I think the Lions will play their best game against Dallas.
Nice.
2 weeks to prepare, and I think they're catching Dallas at probably the best time they can catch Dallas. I think Dak hasn't played in over a month. He might be a little rough. He's going to be a whole hell of a lot rustier this week than he will be next week. I think you're catching Dallas. If you can catch them at the right time, I think this is as close to the right time as that will be.
Can I ask a question? Isn't this crazy? So I said their same game, and you said their best game. The interesting thing about that, aren't those one and the same? If you think about it, their best game this year was against Philly, maybe Minnesota.
No, Washington.
And but they gave Washington 21 points in the second.
I thought their best game of the I thought their best game of the year was against Minnesota, to be honest with you.
Good point. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So what happened in that game? The
They
same
pushed it
thing
away.
that happens. So
They
are
gotta
those
finish? They got to finish this time. though.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're on the same page.
Yeah, we're close.
I'm saying they're going to play their same game, which is an amazing game.
Yeah.
They're going to lead, and then they're going to give it away.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm going to go on. I'm going to say right there in the middle. I'm right with you.
No problem.
Dak Prescott will have blank against the Lions this Sunday. Dak Prescott will have blank against the Lions.
325. I think you can say hell of a game. You can say a game. You can say ball out. But I'm saying 325.
Any touches?
325 yards passing.
Any touchdowns?
His full stat line: 325 for 2 touchdowns. I think he throws 2 touchdowns. I think maybe CD gets one. Maybe Noah Brown catches another one, and maybe they score a couple on the ground. I think he wants to show that this is his team. He has been watching from afar Cooper Rush go 4-1. He's been watching people talk about quarterback controversy, but he's also been watching how they've had success winning, and that's running the ball. So I think he'll keep it simple, but I think they'll open up a little bit with the play action pass. 325, 2 touchdowns.
I've got Dak Prescott will have 2 turnovers against the Lions
I like
on Sunday. A pick, a fumble, some combination like that. Because of the thumb injury, I think it's going to maybe you got an errant ball here or not be able to hold on to the football on a scramble, something like that. I've got 2 turnovers. I think this defense might play one of their best games this week.
I'm going to go right with you, Rye. They got 2 guys coming back in Kaminsky. We're going to finally see Josh Pascal at least.
And maybe a healthier Aiden Hutchinson, by
Who
the
knows?
way.
And Aiden Hutchinson kind of spoke out. I kind of caught it on Twitter a bit. That he's like, hey, they're giving up on us as usual. The Lion fans are giving up at us. I see it. And I don't know. He's saying as usual. This is his first year here. I guess.
He's been around his whole life.
I know. I guess he's been around. But, yeah, if he's saying that, I'm thinking he has one of his better games.
What I'm thinking he needs to do is, and this is coming from a Michigan guy, he needs to hush up and go out there and do it. Because the Lions fans have been watching the same thing for 75 years. Although he may have grown up in Plymouth, although he may have been a Lions fan and he feels like and they're giving up and maybe they're using this as a motivational tool. You play for the Detroit Lions, there is no more motivational tool than that. So at the end of the day, just go out there and do it and we'll follow suit.
If you're a Detroit Lions player, you should never attack any fans.
100%.
I don't think it's attack.
It's not an attack, but you should never comment.
Correct.
About the fans.
It's a public motivational tool that you should shouldn't even need.
The other teams have that luxury. not the Lions. You should never say one thing about the Detroit Lions fans other than they're the best fans in the world.
They are the most loyal. That's a fact.
You know?
All right, how about the 49ers will blank now that they have Christian McCaffrey on their team? The 49ers will be blank.
The 49ers will roll now that they have CMC on their team. You're talking about a guy that has over 100 yards from scrimmage in the last 5 games in a row. 5 games in a row with that terrible team down there in Carolina. He has 5 games in a row over 100 yards. You're talking about a team in the 49ers. They can put JB out there, and JB could get 75 rushing and a touchdown. That's how good their offensive line and the scheme of Kyle Shanahan has been over the last 5 years. Now you're putting a guy that was in MVP conversation 3 years ago. Now you're putting a guy out there that's special, guy that finished runner-up in the Heisman. CMC is healthy. He is back. He just happens to be playing for the wrong team. Imagine if Saquon Barkley was doing what he was doing this year, but they were losing and they were 1-4. They were 0-5. We wouldn't be talking about him as much. CMC is healthy. He's balled the last 5 games, and now you put him in a system that's begging to use him. He's a wide receiver playing running back that's playing wide receiver playing. Like he can do it all. And now Deebo Samuel, he doesn't have to do as much.
The 49ers will definitely win the NFC West and probably win the NFC now that they have CMC on their team.
You taking them over the Eagles?
NFC, I think they're a better, more complete team than the Philadelphia Eagles right now. At wide receiver, I think they have. I think Deebo Samuel
he's not better than A.J. Brown.
Well,
he's. Devontae Smith is not. Brandon Ayuk is not better than Devontae Smith.
I think holistically they are better with CMC, Samuel, Kittle, Ayuk. I think they're skill players. Their defense.
Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. We're just having a conversation, man. I'm not arguing.
There is a debate. But where I would say that San Francisco definitely has an advantage is experience. This team is experienced, and I think that will help them. Philadelphia does not have the experience in the postseason that San Francisco has, and I think their defense is a whole hell of a lot better.
The defense statistically isn't better.
Not statistically, maybe, but
okay, they're floating around. It's a good conversation.
Yeah, it is.
But nobody was comparing the 49ers to anywhere close to being one of the best teams in the league before this trade. But everybody was saying that the Philadelphia Eagles and maybe the Buffalo Bills were 1-2. Now all of a sudden they get CMC, and now they're better than the team that we've been saying is number 1 all season long. I'm just puzzled by that thought.
I have been really high on the San Francisco 49ers ever since Jimmy G took back over.
But you took the Falcons last week.
Yeah, and I'm going to take the Bills against San Francisco this week, too.
Yeah, but you weren't that high on the 49ers because you chose the Falcons last week.
Well, that's against the number.
I don't want to hear it. You chose the Falcons. You chose the Falcons. If you were that high on the 49ers, you would have took the 49ers
but that's against the number.
No.
I think they're definitely going to win the NFC West.
I got them to win the West. Easy.
Yeah. It's going to be the favorite.
I think it'll be those two teams.
Yeah.
Knocking boots.
Well, that's what I said, probably.
Yeah.
By the way, the Rams were hot and heavy.
Oh, yeah.
The Rams were hot and heavy on CMC, by the way.
I said they're definitely going to win the West.
All right.
Probably.
Okay.
Going to win.
We're just messing with you,
man. We're just conversating.
What'd you say? Never mind. Tom Brady will blink next season. You guys keep talking.
Retire.
Okay.
He'll retire.
He just said he wasn't.
Yeah, I know what he said. That was a shot at Giselle. What does he make for the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Nothing.
You know what he makes for the Fox Network?
30 a year.
$37.5 million a year. He's going to start collecting that.
I put Tom Brady will stink next year because I don't think he's done.
Really?
I don't think he's done. So now he doesn't have to deal with the wife and kids. Why is he not coming back now? I think he comes back. This year's not going to end well for Tom Brady. I think he's going to give it another go. He thinks he's invincible. Before this year, we thought he was invincible. I think he gives it another go, and I think next year you start to see those Ben Roethlisberger chinks in the armor.
Gives it another go with a regular off-season training regimen. Remember, this year he did not have his off-season training regimen.
And he took days off.
Yeah.
He's going to do that again next year.
I got Brady retiring after this year as well. I do. I think either they're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl and win it, which they're not, or they're going to have a lousy year and he's going to say, that's it. I'm done. I guess I pushed it a little bit too much. And the final today, the World Series will be blank against blank. Who's playing in the World Series?
Houston, Philly.
Houston, Philly. Okay.
I'd say the Astros and Padres. Look, I started off with the Astros and the Braves. I've been saying the Astros all year, so at least one of my teams is still left, and they're 2-0 on the Yankees. But the Padres have been my team since the playoffs because I told you I love Manny Machado. I've talked about him since the All-Star break. And it's just something about them. What I saw in that fourth inning, what I saw them scoring those 6 runs in that fourth inning, and then obviously in the 7th, the home run by Manny Machado, that was special. I think it knocked some sales out of Schwarber and Bryce Harper. So I'm going with Musgrove.
Fair to say,
and the Padres.
Fair to say that Houston is the absolute clear favorite to win the World Series right now.
Yeah, they haven't lost. They're 5-0 in the postseason. They don't give up many runs except that first game to Seattle. Seattle really had a shot to knock them off.
I agree.
And they let them off the hook.
Scott Service.
They let them off the hook. Scott Service goes to blame.
Here's the thing that make you right as well as the Astros are playing. Their best player is 0 for 23 in the playoffs right now.
It's the worst start to any playoff in history.
His last
is that Altuve?
It's Altuve. Jose Altuve, who's the best player for the Astros in the past 5 years, including home run, cheating or not. He's 0 for 23.
He's not wearing the wire anymore.
He's still been balling even without it. He's 0 for 23, and they're still 5-0 in the playoffs.
Incredible,
That's
man.
dangerous.
Very dangerous.
That's dangerous.
And the Yankees are playing their asses off. They just don't have the guns.
They're not going to get a win, are they? Is it going to be a sweep?
We'll see. Tomorrow tells it all. They play an afternoon game, which I'm shocked about.
You call a spade when your 2 home run hitters are the ones hitting balls, but nobody else is hitting balls. Bader is set up in a perfect spot to help those guys out. Rizzo was playing decent in the playoffs. Can't be mad at Rizzo, but they're losing in that 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that's where they're losing. Is getting guys on base after Big Judge, after Giancarlo Stanton. They're not hitting any guys in because nobody's on base.
All right, gang, got to take a break. Come right back when we do. Michigan State. You won't believe the number that we have here on Odds Trader. We'll do it next. But first, a message from the Foaling Warehouse.
Yes, sir. In Hamtramck, Michigan. Get down there. Chris and Noni Hunt, your wonderful hosts. What a great game. Football and bowling. It's called Foaling. Get to the Foaling Warehouse. 2 ways to play. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. How about it? You had it for 2 hours, $120, but you could put 10 or 12 people on a lane. Name your drink, multiple full bars, and a great beer menu. Over 100 beers they offer, and the $2 mystery beer machine. Bring your own food in or have it delivered. Get your Foal on. Check it out, FoalingWarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Hey everybody, what's going on? JB here to let you know about Planet Fitness and how they are home to the judgment-free zone.
No judgments.
Where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym has always been clean, but now it is cleaner than ever. With tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. Best part about all this, you get it all just for $10 a month.
Only $10?
Yes, $10 a month. But don't forget, the Woodward Sports will be broadcasting live all day Wednesday, October 26th from the Planet Fitness on Ryan Road in Sterling Heights with prizes. We're giving away prizes, everybody. Michigan versus Michigan State tickets, which comes with 1 year of the Black Card membership, a signed Darren McCarty jersey, or the Michigan legend himself, Braylon Edwards, a signed jersey. Just don't ask him to go see Black Adam again because he will not go with you. But join in club today or check him out online at planetfitness.com.
Movie is so bad.
Guys, I don't want to give faulty information here. So I want you to take this next segment with a grain of salt. Okay? I want to throw that disclaimer out here right now.
Me and Beidou found this.
Yeah, I know, and I'm looking right at it, but I just can't believe what I'm looking at. And it's the Michigan State odds. The spread in the Michigan State game. Depending upon what site you are at, for instance, on the Action Network, you can get a line of Michigan minus 8.5.
Which is really low.
Which is really low.
Really low.
That means if you're not into betting, they have to win by 9 or more. If you pick Michigan. Right. On DraftKings, you have Michigan minus 22.
That's a huge discrepancy.
So if you're going to win, you have to have Michigan win by 23 or more.
Or if you take the Spartans.
Or if you take the Spartans, they can lose. They just can't lose by more than 22.
They can lose by 3 touchdowns and you'll win.
So here's the thing. And Braylon, I know that you're not.
I know
a little bit about it.
I know enough to know I don't bet no more.
Maz, help me out here, though.
I can't.
Because
I've never seen anything like this.
And again, I am not suggesting to play this game. Listen, I am not suggesting this.
No.
But Maz.
We're not, but you'd be crazy if you don't.
Braylon, you can't lose.
Well, you can.
You
how? Can. Well, who are you betting?
If you put $100 on Michigan minus 8.
That means they have to cover that spread, and you'll win that.
And $100 on Michigan State plus 22.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
What if they win by... If you think Michigan's going to cover the spread...
No, because even if they don't, even if Michigan State wins the game, you still win that bet that you had the plus 22.
No, you said take Michigan and lay to 22.
No. I'm saying if you bet Michigan minus 8.
You take Michigan and then bet Michigan State minus 22.
Bet Michigan State plus 22.
Plus 22, excuse me.
You can't lose.
Yeah, you'll lose the VIG.
You'll lose, like, if you bet $100.
Yeah.
If you bet $100, the most you can lose is $10. So you bet $100 on Michigan and $100 on Michigan State. The most you can lose is $10. If you're betting $200 and you lose 10.
What if Michigan covers the 22?
Well, then you won the $100 from the Michigan minus the 8.
Yo, how about I get?
Yeah, but you're losing 100 on the other.
Listen.
No, but you're winning 100 on the Michigan minus the 8. So it's a wash.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Listen, let me save you guys a headache.
Holy crow!
I'm gonna save you guys a headache. Okay, you ready for this? Bet Michigan take the 8. Don't bet the 22. Even though Michigan will destroy Michigan State statistically, I think physically, I think emotionally, I think they will beat them down. It's just something about this rivalry. It is just a weird game. It always has been. When I played Michigan my sophomore year, we beat the hell out of them. When I played Michigan my junior year, they were not good. We beat them by 7. When I played them my senior year, they were not good. We had to go to triple freaking overtime, and we had to knock Drew Stanton out the game to win that game. Michigan State is always that type of game. They should beat Michigan State by 100 based on how the teams are. But we can't go on based on how the teams are because it's a good old-fashioned in-state rivalry. Michigan will win by 18. Don't bet the 22.
But what I'm saying is, okay, if Michigan wins by 18, then you win twice.
I know. But you can't win twice. I said I'm not betting on Michigan State. Is what I'm saying.
But he's saying, why won't you?
I understand that. If I was a betting man, yes, I would bet on Michigan State with the 22, and I would bet on Michigan with the 8.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I understand. My apologies. So if Michigan wins the game by 14, by 17, by 20,
you win both.
You win both bets.
Yeah.
and the most you can lose is just the juice.
Correct.
$10. 10% of whatever you bet.
Yeah.
So if you bet $100, you lose $10. If you bet $50, you lose $5.
You're still making money.
You still. I mean, I just don't get it.
I don't. I've never seen anything like this.
I have never seen anything like this.
Now, if you go on ESPN.com and go to that game, they don't even have a spread up.
Right. So
you can't find this spread, but you could find the Michigan-Ohio State game, which is 10.5.
10.5.
Ohio State, a 10.5 favorite.
I don't know, man. I might backtrack. I think Michigan might win by 30. It's feeling like one of those years. It's just you know what? And the reason why it's feeling that, I don't want to disrespect Michigan State.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't want to
just
disrespect Michigan
by
State
it.
fans, although you deserve a lot of respect. I think because we forgot about the COVID year. So it's like basically the COVID year didn't happen. He had to recruit. He gets hired off Zoom. He's recruiting through Zoom. Doesn't really get talking about Mel Tucker here, a recruiting period. Gets to Michigan State. They stink like most other teams in the country. You forget that year, right? So then they come back 11-3. Essentially, his first year with Michigan State, he's 11-3 and beats Michigan. Mm-hmm. For lack of a better whatever. Sometimes when you have success too fast, you're not ready. Like you need to, like you're supposed to have a year to bridge and get right and play. That's this year. This is what this year is. This is that year where, okay, I'm getting rid of Antonio's, the last of his people, starting to put my own identity, my spin on things. Like this is that ugly year that they're going to have to get to next year, which should be year 2, year 3, year 4. He just had lightning in the bottle in K9 and that team last year and a couple plays that bounced their way. Hell, they were, 7-1 in tight games or 8-0 in tight games. This is now year 1 for them as opposed to year 2. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that's what you're seeing in them. I think this is a bad football team that I think Michigan is going to roll, not because they're that good. It's because they're also mad that they couldn't beat Mel Tucker last year, and he messed up their blemish of undefeated, and also the year before that.
So I want to address Brandon Katz here in the WoodwardSports.com chat. Says that's completely wrong because the juice won't be 10 cents for both bets. When you bet an alternative line like plus 22, you have to lay much more than 10 cents. It's probably 50 to 60 cents. Brandon.
It ain't alternative line.
That's the thing.
It's a straight line.
Minus 110. It's minus 110. And the minus 8 is minus 105.
Yes.
So,
suck it.
You know what that tells me?
No, it's not. I'm just, because he can't believe it either. I bet Brandon cannot believe it either. That's the thing. FanDuel does not have a number up.
They took their spread down.
MGM does not have a number up. This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Brandon, I feel you. But this is minus 110 on DraftKings and minus 105 on OddsTrader. It is unbelievable.
I searched it for like an hour earlier today because I could not believe
it. It might be a scam to steal your money.
It's a dirty game.
I don't know. It's a dirty game.
It might be a scam.
It's pretty funny though.
Side,
wait, Brandon is saying, I'm saying 8 and 22 won't be bet at minus 110 and 105. It's right here. It's minus 110 and minus 105. I'm staring right at it. Crazy. Incredible.
He doesn't know where you come from.
Well, I think,
your stuff.
Look, if Brandon,
it sounds like he's one of us.
Yeah, Brandon's one of us. I love Brandon.
Yes, he's
one of us. Because the only reason we're talking about it is because we can't figure it out. Oh my God.
We should have Scotty G on. Maybe he could tell us.
Unbelievable.
Man, it's too soon.
Maybe wherever.
That's our guy. Don't matter where he is.
Unbelievable. Find that wherever you can get it. Either way, maybe it was FanDuel that were maybe OddsTrader where they were getting that number was from the FanDuel situation. Because I don't know, man. Crazy, incredible. If you're getting a number at 22 for minus 110, find it and take it, guys. Where am I at here? I'm going to take a break. Come right back. More Michigan State. But first, a message from Les Stanford. I'm all discombobulated now, guys. Sorry.
LesStanford.com.
It's Friday. Find the new roads. It's no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. Got to make a plan, though. Allocation coming in for lease or purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford has over 300 pre-owned cars on their lot right now. All makes, all models, all years. Some with less than 500 miles on them, so they're like new. For more, visit LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com. Find new roads.
Find them.
Find them.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment's got everything you need to get the job done and have a big project coming up. Not a problem. Give Alta Rental a call. They've got you covered. Call them today at 844-GO, the number 2, Alta. That's 844-GO-2, Alta.
Yeah, that's, we were looking at Matt just to fill Brandon in and anybody else who's paying attention to this stuff.
Any other degenerates like us?
It was the Action Network that had that from FanDuel in New Jersey. So that's where that number was coming from.
Jersey's got it?
Jersey's got it.
It's still the same, but it's still the same bet.
Yeah, it's still the same bet, but it's the Action Network had the 8.5.
You know they got the most action of all the states in New Jersey, right?
$1 billion in a weekend.
All the action is in Jersey, folks. Always was.
It's incredible because Nevada is like an afterthought.
They bury Nevada.
I mean, just an afterthought. Yeah. What's happening in Nevada. Braylon, just I want to get to this. James Ray, there's one guy in this room right now that's been actually in the tunnel.
You've been in the tunnel.
Well, I've been in the tunnel.
Been in the tunnel.
But not as a player.
Gotcha,
during a game. I've been in the media, actually, but not as a player in uniform. What's it like? Because this is what James Franklin believes should happen.
Policy that the first team that goes in, there's a buffer. Because if not, this team starts talking to this team, they start jawing back and forth. And what's going to happen is something bad is going to happen before we put it in the policy. And all there's got to be is a 2-minute or a minute buffer in between the two teams that this team's in before that team gets close. And however we want to do it. But we're not the first team that's had issues like that. To me, under the current structure, we won't be the last. And to me, there's a really easy solution, but we gotta do it. But for me, I want to get our team in the locker room. I'm not. That's my concern.
There you go. Thanks for that. Very good. But Bray, your reaction to James Franklin saying this isn't the first time we've had problems in the tunnel with Michigan.
Shut up.
Thank you.
Shut up, James Franklin. That is not the reason why you got your ass whooped the way you did, where you didn't score in the second half, barely completed a first down in the second half. That has been a thing for a very long time. We've gotten into it with Minnesota. We've gotten into it with Ohio State. When I was there, Michigan has gotten into it with Minnesota, Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin. It doesn't matter. It is a part of the progress of the game. You get the juices going, you get it going, and then the team goes down first, you come out second or whatever. Now, is it tight? Oh, yeah, it's tight. Now, the space is very tight. I will not lie about that. Maybe they can make sure that they fully go out first, or we fully go, or Michigan fully goes out. I'll give him that. But changing it up to, man, look, man, it's a part of football. It's excitement. You want guys to bump. You want guys to get those juices going. You want guys to maybe step outside themselves and play a little bit better because they feel disrespected by Michigan. They feel like Michigan was all in their face. This is a guy deflecting from the fact that Penn State extended him for no apparent reason, because he's still a guy that can't win the big games. He's still a guy that has little comments like this. And my dad used to come in on Tuesdays, or it was on Tuesdays with Stan last year, and he talked about James Franklin. James Franklin always has a deflection for a loss, for something that's going on. It's always a deflect.
For stealing money.
Exactly. It's always deflection. You should be happy you got paid. You should be quiet and go find some wins.
You know,
he's a good recruiter, right? One of the best.
No,
but how?
It doesn't matter how. He is what it is. He's a damn good recruiter. But recruiting don't necessarily turn into wins if you don't know how to coach those recruits.
Walk me through how you could be a good recruiter. Like, what makes James Franklin?
Marty, it's a salesman.
Yeah,
it's recruiters is nothing but a sales pitch.
But at some point, don't you, as a recruit, kind of like look at the record against? You know?
True, but at the end of the day, there's so many colleges and places to go to now that so many teams are on TV. You don't have to just go to Michigan, Ohio State anymore. You don't have to just go to Penn State and Michigan State. You can go to Pitt. You can go to Rutgers. You can go to Syracuse. You can go to so many different places. Now you got to start using other things. We'll feature your brand. We'll make sure you're a Sunday player. Look at the degree you'll get from this school. Look at the fun you'll have on this campus. You sell, like he sells guys. Basically, we will do whatever you want us to do with your son to get him to the next level. That's how you recruit.
Well, and again, we see like Michigan when they have these tunnel instances or whatever. It kind of turns them up. I mean, we saw them last year against Ohio State. We saw them this year against Penn State and
Wisconsin last year.
In all three instances, they have come out and really kind of owned the second half of those games. So it does something for the Michigan Wolverines too. And yeah, I mean, James Franklin's just crying. I mean, they're going to go to, I don't even know who Penn State's playing this week, but they're going to go to Ohio State or host Ohio State
2 weeks.
next week, and they're going to get routed. I mean, Penn State is going to just get beat up again, and you see what they do against the conference's best teams. They're always going to
play in Minnesota, by the way. Penn State, Minnesota.
And they're probably going to lose to Minnesota.
They're favored by 5.5.
Yeah, that means that you take Minnesota. There's that 5.5 number again, right?
It's 5.5. That's that magical number. I'm taking Minnesota.
What do you think is happening for the Michigan Wolverines this weekend? What do you do in a bye week, Bray, where especially on the heels of a big game? What do you do on a Saturday when you don't play?
Well, the good thing is, you have this week to focus on Michigan State. There's been a lot of times when I was at Michigan or even Michigan moving forward where, coming out of the bye, you may play in Illinois and then play Michigan State. Or you may come out of a bye and then you play Northwestern and then you play Ohio State. And a lot of that time is spent on, we're going to spend some time focusing on Illinois. But we're going to spend 30% of that 2 weeks focusing on Michigan State, or 30% of that 2 weeks focusing on Ohio State. The fact that you're able to focus 1,000% of your effort against the team that you're playing next, the team that you haven't beat in 2 years, the team that robbed you of being 12-0 last year for the second time in school history, you have been focusing on the small things. You've been focusing on J.J. McCarthy barely missing Roman Wilson a couple times this season on deep balls, as well as Ronnie Bell. You've been focusing on how can we get Andrell Anthony implemented into the game, implemented into the system. Defense has been playing very well, so they just want to stay on top of those things. It's substitutes, packages. Maybe you work on some new packages. This is the time when you're playing a team that you're giving all your focus to. Couple new nuances, couple new plays, couple things that you've shown early, i.e., you saw David Orji in the end zone a couple times. You saw him take some goal line snaps. You saw him take some red zone snaps. Maybe that's for a reason. Maybe they're setting something up. This is when you implement your nuances and you focus on the things that you haven't necessarily done well, which for Michigan, we all know exactly what that is. That's red zone offense.
What do you do with a name like Orji? Like growing up, I mean, what do you do? Seriously, this kid, God love him, because he's got to be the toughest SOB on that team, because his name has been the subject of many different jokes growing up. And
true, but they're not necessarily hard jokes. They're like fun jokes. Like his name, you say Orgy, like that's not a defamation of my character, or it's not disrespectful. Like Orgy,
he's the toughest SOB on that team.
Like Orgy, like you'd be lucky to have one. And so it's like it's one of those names where it doesn't really you don't go to sleep like, oh my God, my name is Orgy. I can't believe my parents did this to me. You don't go to sleep like that. You're like, kind of cool, huh?
That's so. You eventually get to that.
Exactly.
At some
Kinda
point,
cool,
you
right?
eventually
Is
get
there
to
any
that.
other way to pronounce it?
No, that's his name.
Orgy.
How about orgy?
Oh, stop it.
I don't know. It's got to be something. Who
gotta
didn't
be
want to say Robert Griffin III? Remember?
I do.
He kept saying, "I'm not saying
And
that
then
name."
ultimately, there's an orgy
Yes,
in the end
there's
zone.
an orgy in the end zone.
Guys, our picks have been lights out. It pays to listen to Woodward Sports, Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. And if you understand how Braylon's picking games too, maybe not good against the spread, but good when it's against in the money line. Just stick around. We've got some more picks for you. We'll do it next. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. I got mine tightened up a little bit today. My girl Becca helped me out with that. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram. Using hashtag Woodward Front Row, we'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man!
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for your game day bets. Play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price from every game from multiple sports books. You see the spread that they have right now where you can get Michigan 8.5 over Michigan State. Come on, man. Plus 8.5 to Michigan. Go to OddsTrader.com and pick that up right now. They give you the stats. They give you the players to enhance your parlays. They lean you in the direction to make some of that cheese, that moolah, get you paid, put some money in your pockets. You know Thanksgiving is around the corner, which means so is Black Friday. Go to OddsTrader.com. Make sure your Thanksgiving and Christmas are all right.
You know what I read yesterday?
What'd you read, man?
Thanksgiving dinner this year.
73%.
I saw 75%
turkey
higher than any other freaking year. But
I know why.
Go ahead.
Because now people are gathering again. Now people don't feel COVID again. Now people aren't scared to get sick again. Now people are like, you know what? COVID was a farce. COVID no longer exists. Now everybody's congregating again. That's why turkeys are going up, because they know 100% everybody's Thanksgiving Day dinner is going to look like it did 2019 and backwards.
One of my guys that owns restaurants said he's paying almost $9 a pound for turkey, where he used to pay $4 a pound.
Americans to pay almost 75% more turkey this year because of inflation and the bird flu. The spread of the avian flu decimated the amount of birds.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't believe nothing.
Allegedly.
I don't believe nothing. I didn't see no bird flu.
How many turkeys are going to be at Ford Field? That's what I want to know.
Right.
11, depending on what side the ball is up.
So far this year, more than 47 million chickens and turkeys have been culled. What does that mean?
That was
culled?
a good one. You ain't laughing at that one right.
I didn't hear it.
I said, how many turkeys are going to be at Ford Field this year?
I said 11, depending on what side of the ball we're on.
Truth. Facts.
True that.
See, it hit the first time. It hit the second time.
Here we go, guys. This is a very important week. This is moving week. Let me set up my sheet here.
You're doing all right, man. You're really picking up some steam.
Yeah, he passed you.
Passed you,
You were
man.
unbeatable.
I had a good 2 weeks.
Hey, look, I'm living in my 3 and 4 world, man. I'm very proud about it, man.
Hey.
Maz, help us out here. Walk us through. What's the record?
You want to give the records out first?
Yeah, you do it.
I got something to spread.
Ryan last week went 5-2 again. So he is 25, 15, and 2 on the year. I went 2-5 last week, 24 wins. So I'm 1 off the pace. Braylon's got 18. He is 6 off me, 7 off of Ryan. Let's go. You want to do Lions Cowboys last?
Sure.
All right. Let's go Colts at the Titans. Now these two teams, I can't ever pick a winner between these two teams. They screw me no matter what. Titans are home, laying 2.5. Ryan.
I'm going to go with the Colts. I think the Titans are dead meat. I think both teams suck. I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole. But if we're forced to pick, I'm going to pick the team that's getting points, and that is Indianapolis.
Everything that he just said.
Give me the Titans at home to cover that. The Colts have screwed me, and let's see if they can do it again. Let's move on.
Well, you picked the Colts over the Chiefs.
I did.
That was a good.
That was a good one. But the last couple of weeks they hammered me.
Though. Yeah,
and last week they eliminated me from one of my Survivor
sons
players.
of beaches.
Yep, I took the Jags over them. Here's the Browns versus the Browns.
Yeah.
The old Browns versus the new Browns, which are the Ravens. They're the old ones now. The Ravens are home. And they are given, is it 3.5? Let me take a look. 6.5. I couldn't tell. I'm looking at the TV there. So 6.5. Baltimore is favored. Braylon.
That's a tough one because, you want to take the Browns with the 6.5. I mean, that's what I've been taught by Ryan and Ermanni, but also at the same time with the Ravens. You just can't imagine that Lamar Jackson is going to continually be bad in the fourth quarter. You can't imagine that Lamar Jackson is going to consistently yet do it again for the fourth time, give a game away. So you know what? I'm sticking with the guy that I said was going to be MVP, that you said was going to be MVP. I'm going to take the Ravens just because I think they need one of those games. This has got to be a good game for John Harbaugh and that Baltimore Ravens team.
I'm going to take the Browns because no J.K. Dobbins this week again.
He's out 6 more weeks.
Yeah. He's out. I think you're getting a favorable number here.
Baby. Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, because the Browns can run the football and play a little bit of defense, I'm going with the Browns.
They can run the ball. Where was that last week when they screwed me on my pick?
They sucked last week,
that's
really
bad.
Why,
they left a bad taste in my mouth. That's why I can't pick them.
The Patriots routed them last week in Cleveland. Man, I want to take the Browns in the worst way.
Tough week.
Ravens and the Giants beat the Ravens last. Give me the Ravens at home to pound the Browns.
Tough week.
Hold on, you know what? I'm switching. Give me the Browns.
You're going off.
Switch.
So you're leaving me with the Ravens. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got the Browns. I got the Ravens.
I got it.
All right. The Giants at 5-1. The Jags have lost 2 in a row, but supposedly they're very good.
This is an
Jags at home favored by 3. Who wants it first?
It's an easy one, and it's a play of the week. It's the Jags. They're begging you to take the Giants. Everything in the world says Giants. Jags are going to win this one, and they're going to win it easy.
Giants. No, and I believe them. I just got to make some ground up. I got to stick with the Giants. They're 5-1. They're playing the best fourth quarter football, offense and defense in the NFL. Brian Daboll's keeping it nice and easy for Daniel Jones. Think they get this one. Go Giants.
Screw the Jaguars. Give me the G-men.
You hate them. Matt, who are you taking?
I took the Ravens.
Okay. Giants.
Okay, I got the Titans, Ravens, and Giants so far.
Okay.
All right, next up, we're going New York. Yep. Jets at the Broncos. Let's ride, Broncos. Broncos favored by 1 at home.
Tough place to play. The altitude, it really does get you if you don't really get that lather up in the warm-ups. Jets, young team, going on the road, be tough, but I think this is a game where you see something from Zach Wilson. He's like the only guy that we really haven't seen something out of the young guys. Zach Wilson, I think, has some plays in this game. Maybe a Wilson to Wilson connection could be in the future.
He's been quiet lately. Garrett
100%.
Wilson.
I'm going with Wilson and Wilson. I'm going with the Jets.
Up-down theory in the NFL. This is
it's time for them to go down?
Yeah, it's time for them to go down. It's time for the Broncos to go up. I'm going with the Broncos with a 3 to 7 point win.
Wow, back-to-back road games for the Jets. At Green Bay and then at Denver.
Tough.
That's very hard to do. Give me the Jets. Screw the Broncos.
Yeah, my guy, Jets, baby.
Up, down is right, too, Ryan. You're probably going to win that game on me.
Uh-huh.
But I'm taking the Jets. How could you not?
Yeah,
Broncos
I
only
am
a
not.
1-point favorite at home?
Yep.
Come on now.
Please.
How about the Chiefs and the 49ers? This is the 4 o'clock game. Chiefs at San Francisco with CMC. San Francisco's a home.
Yeah.
Well, he might. San Francisco's a home underdog, getting 2.5. And Kansas City coming off that loss.
I'm taking the Chiefs. 49ers, I wanted to take them. I really did. Even without Christian McCaffrey, I wanted to take them. Even with them, I still want to take them. But the Chiefs, I think this is a big game for them. It's a big week for them. Patrick Mahomes has been pretty damn good the whole season without Tyreek Hill. But I did see something in that game that was a silver lining for me when they lost against Buffalo. There was a there was a Juju Smith-Schuster sighting.
Yeah, he's starting to wake up.
There was a Juju Smith-Schuster sighting. So you get Juju Smith-Schuster, get him involved with Travis Kelce, makes it a little bit. McCole Hardman's been making some plays as well. Give the ball back to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's who hasn't touched the ball in the last couple of weeks. I'm going Chiefs.
Tough game here, right?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. I really like San Francisco for the long haul, but they got some things to work out, and I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I'll make it a sweep. Give me KC.
Which means take the 49ers.
Probably.
You taking the 49ers?
No, I'm taking the Chiefs.
49ers are home dog.
When the three of us pick the same game, it's almost assuredly the opposite way.
Should I switch?
No, you can't
Should
now.
I switch?
You can't now.
Steelers and the Dolphins. This is a Sunday night, I guess a classic. Not really. Steelers and the Dolphins. Dolphins given 7. Pittsburgh off the upset last week when they knocked off the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I'm gonna take the Steelers. You know, when you get a win in this NFL, like it's you start to build momentum. No matter how ugly the win, a win is a win in this league. So I'm gonna take the Steelers. I think it's gonna be tough when Tua first comes back, and everybody's expecting him to be what he was. Like I saw a picture of my mom. Shout out to my mom. My mom sent me this in text yesterday. Like Tua's eyes at the podium still didn't look like they were in it. Still didn't look like he's present. Now I know they won't put him up there if he's not ready. Wink, wink. But with that being said, I'm going to ride the Steelers. I'm going to ride the wave. And I think Deontay Johnson finally gives me some freaking fantasy points. I've been riding with you because you got paid, man. Where you at?
And if I'm going to go with the Steelers too, and this is clearly about Brian Flores for me. Brian Flores going back to Miami.
Good call.
He's got some serious get back
Extra
to do.
grind.
You could tell me that, you know, this game doesn't matter. It's just the next one. This game matters every bit. He's going to be ready for those guys. He wants to pound them. This is a Brian Flores game. I'm going with the Steelers.
Steelers, man. I'll take them too. We'll sweep.
Not to mention,
just to keep it close on Sunday night. They deserve a close game on Sunday night.
Not to mention, you know, Mike Tomlinson is the type of coach. Mike Tomlin is the type of coach. He's going to ride for his players. He's going to ride for his coaches too. The players understand the situation Brian Flores was in last year as well as Mike Tomlin, so they want to win this for him. I think they'll go out there and get it done.
And finally, our Lions at the Cowboys. Cowboys a 7-point favorite in this one. I'll even lead it off. No, I'm not going to lead it off.
I'll go first because I go to the bathroom. Cowboys. I know what I said about the Lions, and that was to give the Lions faithful hope because it is true. But at the same time, listen, until you do it, you got to show me. I'm going with the Cowboys.
And I understand that, and Bray, feel free to hit the head if you got to.
Water diet, man.
I know we've been taking these waters down. I'm going, Maz. I'm going with the Lions, not only to cover the spread. They're a desperate football team coming off 2 weeks. I think they have to win the game. I think they're going to win the game. Not only cover the 7, I think they're going to go to Dallas and win the game.
Wow. I would love nothing more than to see that, Ryan. I'm having a hard time picking this game, to be honest with you, because obviously I said throw last week's game out, but how the hell could you when Bill Belichick has basically showed everyone how to stop that Lion offense? I don't see DeAndre Swift playing in this game. If he does, maybe a few plays, maybe a dump pass here and there. I don't see it. Amon-Ra St. Brown said he's back 90%, but the rest of the receivers are banged up. It's tough, man. Cowboys off a loss. I got to take Dallas here and lay the 7.
All right.
I think the Lions hang with them, but the Cowboys finish them off. even though Dak is a little rusty.
All right, so there's our pick segment. We certainly appreciate you guys. Good luck this weekend. We'll be right back talking about some Pistons news. But first, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Yes, sir. 27 locations and more on the way. 2 right here on Woodward, as a matter of fact. And if you want, you can get a great deal against any competitor on unlimited tanning. If you join the Pepper Club, they are going to save you $5 against any competitor on unlimited tanning. They get the cleanest salons in the D, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters is ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home? Well, guess what? My man Michael Phillips is the guy that you want to see. Keller Williams Dearborn, he is the man. Number one. You know why he's number one? Because he's been doing it for 23 years. Whether you're a player, whether you're a fan, it doesn't matter. Whether you want to buy, sell, invest, is his top priority. But guess what? Check this out. Next Thursday, myself, Ryan, Ermanni, and Maz will be live in Dearborn at Keller Williams, a little bit of a trunk or treat type episode. It will be fun. We'll be doing a little meet and greet afterwards, hanging out with my man Michael Phillips and people over there at Keller Williams that do an amazing job. Why don't you come on down and hang out? You can even see Maz in the world famous Maz chair. Come on down. Michael Phillips does it right. Game on.
They should wear Halloween costumes.
I think they might be.
I was just looking at the Lions. Injury report on my phone here.
Yeah,
and
that looks like the roster for everybody's played for Lions ever.
What's funny about this is that you go down the list: ankle, groin, ankle, calf, knee, wrist, hip, knee. When you get to DeAndre Swift, it's ankle and shoulder.
Ankle, shoulder, head, toe.
Everything.
I mean, there's
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Just call him an upper and lower body injury.
13 guys on the injured list for the Detroit Lions. There's one that has 2 designated injuries on here.
And most of them probably have 2 or 3, but
his injuries have injuries.
Officially questionable.
That's a good one.
I hate to make fun of the guy. I really do, but I think we make fun of him because you're so mad you finally have a great player and you cannot question this dude's ability. Just can't stay healthy, and the best ability is
availability.
That's right. Tom Mazawey, Washington Commanders continue to be real gem in the NFL.
They can't get that their own way. Daniel Snyder, check this one out.
DBs.
Last Washington home game. You know how when you go to games, they do the 50-50?
Yep.
It's a nice payoff. Well, someone won $14,000. The only problem is when they paid him, the check bounced.
Unbelievable. Can you believe that?
You know how embarrassing this is for an organization or a franchise to do promos like this, and then a fan wins a promo, and then you don't come through. You don't come through for the fan. You have a check that bounces. Clearly, you guys have more than enough money, or else you would have been fired. You wouldn't be the owner anymore. Clearly, you have enough money to cover this check. For you guys to do a promo, and it's $14,000. And these things take time. A friend of mine won the 50-50 Raptor inside Ford Field, and I think it was upwards of $112,000. It was like $112,000.
Wow.
This would have been 2018 or 19, and it took 8-9 months for him to get it, but he got it all. You mean to tell me they can't give $14,000 with a check that works?
They made good on it, but it's
the fact that
it's terrible.
It's them again.
Yeah.
It's
they can't get out of their own way.
If this would have been the Baltimore Ravens, nobody would have batted an eye. If it was the Detroit Lions, nobody would have batted an eye. But it's the fact that it's the Washington Commanders yet again for something negative.
Hey, Pistons and Knicks tonight. It's the Knicks home opener. They are favored by 7 tonight over the Pistons. We're playing their first road game of the year. But there's other news in Piston world. Piston assistant Rob Murphy. He's the assistant general manager to Troy Weaver. He used to coach at EMU back in the day, basketball coach. He is on leave. They are doing an investigation right now, an allegation of workplace misconduct.
Here's what I'll say about this, and here's what's different about this and Ime Udoka. The Ime Udoka situation from Boston, the investigation was complete, and they found that the female staffer, it was consensual. The only thing wrong with the Celtics situation was it was a silly, stupid, dumb, outdated organizational rule that you can't have a workplace relationship. Right. This, we don't have that information. So I'm not going to comment on this any further other than that because we simply do not have the facts about this.
Not at all.
I won't comment on I won't comment on it in terms of its particularly, but what I will say on the outside looking in, just the overall conversation, this is letting you know that teams professionally are no longer tolerating it. They're no longer allowing it. They're getting to the bottom of things fast. Like, this isn't the old day where you can do it and it was a joke and it's cool. And once again, we don't know the extent of the situation, but I'm just letting you know. Teams, whether it's NHL, you saw they fired their general manager last year. The Blackhawks, they did that. You got the NHL, the MLB.
Oh, they're a mess.
Exactly, but teams are no longer going for this workplace malfaction, if you want to.
Red Wings and Blackhawks tonight as well.
Absolutely. Guys, we got to take a break. Come right back. We'll wrap up the week. We'll do it next. But first, a message from Cintron.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, and now for a limited time, they combine all 3 of their flavors into a limited edition 6-pack. CintronWorld.com/Red Wings is how you get one of these. Cintron has teamed up with the Pistons, the Red Wings, the Tigers, the Lions, and WoodwardSports.com so that they can re-energize the community. So why don't you let them? Why don't you get on board? Drink it, live it with Cintron.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard.
Corner, jumper,
Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Hey everybody, win free tickets, front row tickets to see Detroit and Green Bay at Ford Field. To enter, all you got to do is do a video of yourself imitating your best impression of Dan Campbell. You post it on Instagram or Twitter, hashtag Woodward Front Row. Make sure you're following Woodward Sports. Give it your best try. There's a lot of great entries in already. 3 winners we're going to be selecting on November the 4th, each one getting 2 tickets apiece. That's 6 tickets we're giving away for Green Bay and Detroit. Hurry up. We're going to get that winner November 4th. Enter today.
Hey guys, welcome back. WoodwardSports.com. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, and Tom Mazawey. I wanted to mention this for you guys. This is a really cool thing. Compound Athletics, the Fall Ball Championship at Little Caesars Arena. This is a really, really great deal, okay? It is Sunday, October 30th. The Pistons play the Boston Celtics. Is it the Boston Celtics? Yeah. Pistons play the Boston Celtics at 6. Afterwards, it is the Sunday League Championship, 9 o'clock you can get a gondola suite ticket for $50. The ticket includes a ticket to the Pistons game, access to Compound Athletic Fall Ball Championship, and a free Pistons item. You see the information on your screen right there to get tickets. Fivo.me/TCA Champs 1030 is the website to get tickets for this event. Fivo.me/TCA Champs 1030. Really great. Really great thing. Want to pass that along for you. And Compound Athletics in Macomb County is a really great venue, really great place. A lot of great things happening there. Check it out, compoundathletics.com.
Sounds good, man. What are you guys looking forward to this weekend in terms of games, NCAA? There's no Michigan. There's no Michigan State.
I am looking forward to UCLA and Oregon. I want to see if UCLA is for real. I want to see if these guys can be a team that is really going to compete for a Pac-12 championship and a playoff berth. Maz, we got to get out of here. Final words from you?
I want to wish Bishop Foley the best of luck tomorrow in the Prep Bowl. Also, Robbie Ermanni and De La Salle. Go get them, Pilots. Let's get some wins tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Lions back in action. And I know you're excited about North versus South tonight.
Grosse Pointe South, Grosse Pointe North tonight. I am not going.
Oh, that's nice.
I am not going.
How about the Prep Bowl? You
not going to that.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Braylon, what are you looking forward to?
Nobody cares about UCLA. Nobody cares about Chip Kelly. Nobody cares about Oregon. Nobody cares about the Pac-12. No one does. It doesn't matter what UCLA does in that game. No one will believe they have a chance. I'm interested in seeing Mississippi State and Alabama. I want to see how Alabama responds. Mississippi State ranked 24. They have 2 losses, but they're a damn good team. They put up 40 on Texas A&M and 40 on Arkansas. That's our show. We have had a hell of a weekend. It has been a hell of a week. Has been fun. I'll make it short and sweet. Don't go see Black Adam. It is horrible. Maz Flesh, JB, brother from another matter, Ryan, Ermanni, and Adam. I see you over there in the corner. We're out of here.
Go Lions.
Tuck coming.
When's he getting here?
Phenomenal. I make sure those guys are well hydrated, fed good. The whole 9. Kaminsky and Pascal know anything they need from me. I'm one phone call away. It's phenomenal to have those two back, seriously, all jokes aside.